Hello everybody, my name is Christopher Saunders. I'm a recent college graduate from First Magnus College. I'm also an up-and-coming sports broadcaster as well as a sports writer here in Watertown, Connecticut. Now I'm here to talk about what else but the Cubs. One-year wonders, full-fledged contenders. That's for you to decide. I'm here to defend my case why they are full-fledged contenders. One of them being Jorge Soler. He signed a 9-year, $30 million contract back in 2012. He made his Major League debut in 2014, hitting .292, .330, .573 on-base percentage over a 24-game span, 5 home runs, 20 RBIs. Now he has struggled this year, hitting .265, .325, .385 over a 90-game stretch. Now it makes you wonder, is he being inconsistent because teams are starting to figure him out, or is it because of injuries? That's one thing that many people have wondered. He's also young, so he's expanding the strike zone a little bit, trying to do too much, as well as to come back from injuries. Now we'll see what he can do over the next couple of years, or even possibly this year, because this year could be the Cubs' year where they could do something in the playoffs. You never know. Time will tell. Another player is Kris Bryant, who the Astros selected Mark Appel instead of Bryant in the draft. And eventually, the Cubs made room for Bryant when they traded Luis Valbuena as long as Dan Straley to the Astros to get Dexter Fowler to play center field. Now Appel has struggled since being drafted from Stanford. In 3 minor league seasons, he has a 5 ERA, 203 strikeouts and 203 innings pitched. Batting average against is .286. Right-handers are hitting .242. Lefties are hitting .319. What does that say about his off-speed pitches? He can't get it inside. If he can't throw that slider or changeup inside, or at least throw it away to at least be honest, and he keeps throwing on one quadrant of the strike zone, he is going to get exposed. That eliminates one side of the plate, and that lets any hitter basically poke at the ball, hit it all day to left field, or if it's a right-handed hitter, depending on what happens. Appel's got to make adjustments. But Bryant is showing at least the Cubs why they were smart by picking him at 2nd overall. Bryant ended up being the NL Rookie of the Year, or being a Rookie of the Month in May, having 7 home runs, 22 RBIs, and 16 walks. For the overall season, he has 20 home runs, 75 RBIs, and 12 stolen bases. .262 average, .366 on base, 41 slugging. Now what many people don't understand is that Bryant is known for his bat. He's not known for his defense. But in 290 chances, he only has 15 errors, showing solid all-around skills as well as glove to arm side, going left to right, being agile as an athlete, as well as an accurate arm to plus knowledge or baseball knowledge of what to do before the ball is even hit. That shows the type of player that Bryant is, and also what he can become in the future. And he's still growing. He's only 21 years old. You look at Ashton Russell. He was selected 11th overall by the Athletics in 2012. He was eventually traded after having a monster season in the Arizona Fall League. .415 with 6 home runs, 29 runs batted in 26 games. Those are fantasy numbers, and he posted that in the Arizona Fall League. Now, he was eventually traded to the Cubs in the Jeff Samardzija deal, where they also traded away Jason Hamill and got back Bill McKinney and a player to be named later. Now, Russell isn't known for his bat, at least not this year, only hitting .249 over a 105-game stretch. Maybe showing a little bit of why he's a young player. But he's known for his defense, being grace and skill, also showing the type of strike zone understanding as well as the arm strength needed by short. And a lot of people compare him to being a veteran because of the type of leadership he shows behind the plate, even though he's only at .249, as well as the type of motions he makes at short, being exactly where he needs to be at the right time, studying the film. And that's why Castro ended up getting moved to 2nd. You also have Kyle Schwarber, who has exceeded expectations as being number 4 overall pick, going from catcher to outfield as the Cubs moved him. He was a catcher at Indiana University, now he's playing outfield. He has 11 home runs this year, .275 average, .373 on base, .588 slugging over a 41-game stretch. It's a small sample size, but it's something that, in a lot of ways, Schwarber, I think he can produce a lot more as he continues to learn the league. And even the league will learn him, so he's going to have to adjust just like Soler. Now, Schwarber's the kind of player that teams want. You want to build around him. He's the type of guy who's a bulldog. He's a grinder, just like John Lester, the pitcher, which is why the Cubs got John Lester, because he's someone that everyone wants to look up to, look forward to at least watch, but as a player and as a fan, but also someone you want to be able to learn from, as he has 2 World Series rings and he overcame cancer. Enough said. You have Jake Arrieta. He leads the team in 3 categories: wins, ERA, and Ks. 15 wins, 2.30 ERA, 170 strikeouts. And like I said, Lester, he's a veteran. Everything, like I said earlier, He's the type of guy you want someone to pitch in the. And he has the most. And he's pitched in the postseason. I think he has like a 1.50 ERA in the postseason. That's what you need, or maybe a 2. That's what you need as a ace in a way in the postseason. You need someone just like that. Someone to be able to give the ball. You have a good chance to win, especially in postseason games that matter each and every game. Now you look at their minor league system, what possibly could be coming up to help them. You have Bill McKinney, who they got in the trade for Jeff Samardzija. He's a smooth left-handed swing, outstanding hand-eye coordination. He could possibly hit, he's hitting doubles right now, but he could hit 80 to 20 home runs per year depending. Now he moved to left field because of his fringy arm, so we'll see. You also have Carl Edwards. He's a low 90s fastball, a lot of cut, Mariano Rivera cut-esque as well. He's the body type of Pedro Martinez to Yordany Ventura. The one thing with him is control. He does have a lot of life on his fastball, but he needs to command that curveball, which has a lot of depth, upper 70s, and his changeup is a little fringy, more as a splitter action. Now they worry about his skinny frame, but they also worry about that with Pedro and Ventura, so we'll see. You also have Corey Black, who's acquired for Alfonso Soriano in mid-2013. He's got the closer mentality, 92, 95, 100, possibly if he can really rear back on it. Throws an 80 mile per hour slider, 20 to 80 scale. He's got a plus fastball, 80s height, plus slider. Be a good depth, good two-plane break. And he seemed destined to be the closer, as well as his command's been very shaky, as he has a lot of crossfire in his delivery. So being a winning guy wouldn't be such a bad thing. And you also have, last but not least, Wilson Contreras. He was signed as a third baseman out of Venezuela in 2009. He's known for his bat, but he's more known for his catching, as he has strong arm strength. Athleticism prompted him to move to third to catcher. He's quicker than most backstops and can shut down any running game. Now, a lot of scouts are comparing him to Russell Martin, possibly a better version of Wilson Ramos, because of his development of the strike zone, as well as transitioning his solid power to all fields. Now we'll see what can happen with Wilson Contreras. Now that's why, in a lot of ways, it's up to you what you want to think. I think the Cubs are in position not just to win now with that rotation being the rotation 29 on average. If you compare all 5 of the guys that they have with Lester, Hamels, and so on, Arrieta. But you also look at their roster, which is only 28. They're built not just to win now, not just next year, but they can keep the guys, Bryant, Russell, they can fix the second base, get at least one more piece in the offseason, maybe David Price, Jordan Zimmerman, as well as fix that bullpen with Mott, Rendon, Strope, Russell, and they just keep getting, they get more experience. Like those young players need to. The Cubs have a chance to do something this year. That's why I think they're contenders for years, a decade, 15 years to come. The Cubs are going to be something. Count it right now. Stamp it. I'm not saying World Series contender, but they can do something. That's why I think the Cubs are full-on contenders. Have a good night, everybody. Peace.